Are you surprised? I mean, you've worked in Brisbane for a while now, and you did, as we said earlier, you've seen how bad it is out in other places in Queensland. Are you surprised to see the water has moved from so far out west down here, and this is the impact?
Yeah, Wendy, I mean, to give you an idea, 2.5 weeks ago, we went into Bundaberg. We moved from there to Rockhampton. We went to St George. We've been to Dalby. And while we've been around there, I never would have thought that all of that water could come back to Brisbane, and it really is heartbreaking to see those smaller communities, cop such a battering, and that's heartbreaking enough. But when you see this size of city go through something like this, it really puts it on an epic scale now, and it doesn't matter which town it is, it's heartbreaking, but to see this many people affected in such a big city like Brisbane, it really is something else, and I don't think, nothing could really prepare us for coming home today. No,
not at all. Still, I think the last figure I saw, about 107 main roads in Brisbane closed. Is that the latest figure that you're hearing as well?
Yeah, Wendy, that's what we're hearing, 107 roads. And, a lot of our major roads are included in that number, and that's the thing, is that it's really, it's really battering our major arterials, down towards Ipswich. The Ipswich motorway is just an absolute, a disaster zone, and that really does connect Ipswich to Brisbane. But, Corro Drive, as we were looking at before, it really has just hit so hard on our road network, and it'll take a while for that to recover, definitely.
Do you want to fly further down the river and stick back to the river, and we'll see perhaps for our viewers that have watched yesterday, and we've been able to see how far the water actually did rise up and seep into the city. It basically bled into the city in parts. We can get an idea of what the situation is now. Let's have a look.
Yeah, sure. Well, we'll just hover. You can see we're doing a bit of a circuit of the city now, and we'll move towards sort of areas around Milton and Rosalie. It really has crept in. That's the Story Bridge there. But if we swing more towards the right, you can see that it's just all the way along the city. It's just incredible. Those boats out there, they're holding on, that's for sure. But if we go, we'll try and take you down towards Suncorp Stadium. Now, that is really something else to see from the air. We're getting there. There it is there. Now, it's a spectacular sight from the air when there isn't any of this water around. But take a look inside Suncorp Stadium. It is an absolute swimming pool in there, and yeah, you can see it's just filled up something incredible. So you can see that's how far back it has actually crept in. That's a fair distance from the road. You can see that parts of the field there are just sticking out. And that's the heart of Brisbane. We see so many major events happen at Suncorp Stadium, and it's the Broncos' home ground. They must be really shocked to see it like this right now. So you can see those streets just to the left of the stadium. It's crept right back, and we're moving away from the river, so it really has come a great deal. You've got all of those houses amongst there as well, and major restaurants, major hotels. It's just amazing how far it's bled into this city.
Such a blow for the sports, as you said. The Brisbane Broncos are based there at the stadium. You've got the Queensland Reds, you've got Queensland Roar, of course, the soccer team. This is a blow for sports fans, and they would not like to be seeing what was Lang Park look like it is today.
Oh, definitely not. I mean, it's been the cauldron, I guess, for so many big events. We see the State of Origin there every year, but I guess so many times they yell, Queenslander right down in that stadium, and it's amazing to think that now it's just, you know, there's nothing anyone can do about it. That water's just taken hold so quickly. And there you go, that gives you an idea of how far away it is from the river. And it is quite a distance. So it's travelled across there. You can see the Castlemaine Brewery, 4X, just at the bottom left of your screen there. So, and it's right back into the Milton area. It really is something else. You know, some of these pictures I'm seeing now for the first time, and I never thought it could creep down like this.
Yeah, we're really seeing scenes that we've seen in the regional towns of Queensland, and now we're seeing major city centre in Queensland inundated with water. What's interesting though, Melissa, and I'm sure you've seen this over the last couple of days and indeed the last couple of weeks, is the Queensland spirit. And we were just talking about Suncorp Stadium, Lang Park, and I don't know if you've seen the shot today. I saw it earlier of the bronze statue of Wally Lewis, just proving that we've got such a good sense of humour in Queensland. It now has somebody's put a snorkel on Wally Lewis and they've got floaties there, and it just is a great sight because, you know, a lot of people do need something to cling to, a bit of a laugh in these dire situations that we're seeing in Queensland. And to see the bronze statue of the Emperor of Lang Park just dressed up like that in the middle of a flood crisis, at least it makes some people smile, even if it is just for a moment.
Well, Wendy, I'm having a bit of a chuckle to myself now hearing you say that. I actually haven't seen that. I have heard about it though, and we'll try to take you to that statue. It's just at the top right hand of our screen, so we'll try and do a little bit of a loop to have a look, but nothing surprises me. You know, that statue's been dressed in many a thing over the last couple of years, but whoever thought that it would be dressed in a snorkel? I'm sure Wally's having a great old laugh to himself today as well.
Absolutely. But, we've now managed to get it on our screen for our viewers at home. I'll send it to you, Melissa, because it is just, it's funny.
Oh, it really is, you know, and that, like you say, that's the one thing that has really shone out to us. You know, everyone we've spoken to, and it doesn't matter how badly, you know, they've been affected. Everyone says, "Oh, don't worry, we'll be right. There's always someone worse off than us." But you know, we've got to say to them, you know, really, I don't think there is right now. But you know, I guess that's what sets Queenslanders apart, is that they battle on and they bounce back bigger and better than ever. Now we're actually taking you to that statue right now. We've managed to come across, and you can see the King in all his glory and bronze there. And we're trying to go in. You can just...
Oh, we think it's gone.
Just sort of see.
Oh, no. Somebody's lost their sense of humour in Queensland. There's always got to be one. Perhaps only one in Queensland, I'd have to say. But it looks like he's getting a bit of a touch-up.
Looks like he's doing a
bit of a clean-up, yeah. He's getting a bit of a clean.
Look at that. And I'm not sure who that is down there, but they're having a little bit of a swim with Walland. And you know, it's always been, you know, a great photo opportunity. No more so than now, I think. But we actually did hear that Wally right now, the real Wally, is sandbagging around his area. So there you go. He's hard at work while people are throwing a snorkel on him as well.